Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I will be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my brand new Codex Deathwatch and Greg's Ultramarines. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Inquisition sent out a force of Deathwatch with their brand new Primaris brethren to go collect some xenos artifacts that were on this planet. When they arrived, there was what appeared to be a force of Ultramarines trying to collect the objects as well. They had their mission to go in, and they had been warned that there might be some xenos mental games that had been played here. So they just, when the Ultramarines refused to back away from these artifacts, they just assumed that this was some kind of mental war that had been waged upon them, either being cast upon it by somewhere through the warp, maybe by some tricky farseers that are making them think that they're fighting against Ultramarines, and Guilliman himself, the man, the myth, the creator of the the bringer of the Primaris. But they just assumed that they must be some kind of mental trick, because Guilliman and the Ultramarines would not be trying to come here and take these objects of possible xenos origin. So the battle ensued between the two forces trying to get their hands on these objects of importance. So that is the story that we're going to be playing. We are going to be playing Frontline, what's it called? Frontline Warfare. So it's from the chapter approved mission. There are 4 objectives. One is here, one is here, one is here, and then there is one back over there. And these objectives are worth points at the end of the game. So if they are in your deployment zone, they are worth 1 point to you at the end of the game. If they are in the middle, these two in the middle are each worth 2 points to both of us. And if they are in your opponent's deployment zone, then they are worth 4 points at the end of the game. There's also First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and Linebreaker as usual. So that is the story. That is the mission that we're going to be playing. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Deathwatch, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have a Watchmaster and a Primaris Watch Captain with a Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle. We have 2 intercessor squads, each with 5 intercessors, each with 1 reaver with a bolt carbine, each with an aggressor with the auto bolt storm gauntlet, each with an inceptor with 2 assault bolters, 1 with a hellblaster with a plasma incinerator, and 1 with 2 hellblasters with plasma incinerators. We have 2 veteran squads, 1 squad with 2 frag cannons, 2 Infernus heavy bolters, a sergeant with a bolter, a regular marine with a bolter, a vanguard vet with a bolt pistol and chainsword, and a terminator with a power fist and assault cannon. And the other squad has 2 Thunderhammer storm shields, 2 heavy Thunderhammers, a black shield with a power sword and bolt pistol. We have a sergeant with a bolt pistol and xeno phase blade, a regular marine with a bolter, and a terminator with a power fist with a melta gun attached and a storm bolter. We have a venerable dreadnought with an assault cannon, close combat weapon, and a storm bolter. We have a Land Raider Crusader with a storm bolter. And last but not least, we have a Corvus Blackstar with twin las cannons and storm strike missiles. And for the Ultramarines, he'll be running a battalion and a super heavy auxiliary detachment. Leading off the battalion, we have Tigurius and a Tech Marine. We have 2 5-man intercessor squads with auxiliary grenade launchers and a 5-man scout squad with bolters. The sergeant has a storm bolter. Then we have a 6-man scout bike squad. All of them have combat knives, bolt pistols, and Astartes shotguns, except for the sergeant, who has a storm bolter. We have a 3-man aggressor squad with auto bolt storm gauntlets and frag storm grenade launchers. We have an apothecary and a Primaris ancient with the standard of the Emperor Ascendant. We have a devastator squad with a heavy bolter, a missile launcher, and the sergeant has a storm bolter. We have a 10-man hellblaster squad with assault plasma incinerators. We have a relic Leviathan dreadnought with a Leviathan siege claw with a melta gun, a storm cannon array, and 2 heavy flamers. And last but not least, we have Guilliman himself. All right, so this is the armies going over deployment here for the Deathwatch. I've got my Land Raider over here. Inside of there is my veteran squad with the close combat weapons and my Watchmaster. I've got the Primaris squad here, the Intercessor squad with the one Hellblaster inside of it over here in this building. We've got my Corvus Blackstar over here with the other veteran squad, the Shooty veteran squad inside. And then I used command points for Teleportarium, which allows you to place either a Dreadnought or an infantry unit, Deathwatch infantry unit into Deep Strike Reserve, essentially, at the beginning of the game, up to 3. You can spend up to 3 command points, 1 command point for each unit. And I placed one of my other Intercessor squad in Deep Strike Reserve, and I placed my Dreadnought in Deep Strike Reserve. So that's deployment for the oh, and I've got my Primaris Watch Captain over here next to them. Going over deployment for the Ultramarines, we've got a squad of Intercessors over here. We've got his Scout Bikers over here. In here, we've got a big old blob of everybody. So we've got the Leviathan Dreadnought, we've got the Aggressors, we've got Tigurius, we've got the Tech Marine, we have Guilliman, we have the 10-man Hellblaster squad and the Ancient and Apothecary with them. And then over here, we've got the 5-man Intercessor squad down on the ground. We've got the Devastator squad up in the building, and we have Scouts over here. As of right now, the Ultramarines are going to be going first. I actually finished deploying first, but I rolled a 1, giving me 2. My opponent rolled a 6, giving him the win on that roll. But I will try to seize the initiative here, looking for a 6. Show me that fill first. New with a 5. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Ultramarines here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Ultramarines here on turn 1. His Intercessors here stood still. His Scout Bikers stood still back over here. All of these guys in the middle here advanced up. So all his Hellblasters, his Ancient, his Apothecary, his Tech Marine, his Leviathan Dread, his what's that? Oh, not the Leviathan Dread? Oh, not the Leviathan Dread. My bad. Everyone but the Leviathan Dread advanced up. And Guilliman also did not advance up. Over here, we have the Devastator squad stood still. So did the Intercessor, and so did the Scouts over here. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. All right, so Tigurius is going to cast Might of Heroes onto his Leviathan Dread. Looking for a 6 that goes off with a 7. And now he's going to cast Null Zone. Does not go off with a 4. Tigurius gets to re-roll because he's Tigurius, but still not with a 4. All right, so starting off the shooting phase now, his Leviathan Dreadnought is going to fire into my Intercessor squad over here. So these are going to be hitting on 3s because he moved and it's heavy. All right, so missing a few there. Oh, re-rolling because of Guilliman. All right, oh, re-rolling, yeah. So that is going to be hits there. So these are now going to be strength what? Strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. Oh, he gets to re-roll because of Guilliman as well. 1 second. All right, re-rolling because of Guilliman. All right, so getting 5 wounds there. These are AP minus 2, plus 1 because they are in cover there. So these are looking for 4-up saves. Making 3 of the 4. What's the damage on those? 2 damage apiece, so that is 2 dead guys. All right, so now the Hellblasters here are in range of firing into them, so they are going to fire 24 shots, hitting on 4s because they advanced. All right, we'll come back to you with that. And now re-rolling the 1s and 2s because of Guilliman over there, because the 3s would have been hits before that. All right, getting another 2 hits in there. And now these are going to be strength 6, so wounding on 3s, because these are the assault versions, obviously. All right, so that is going to be, and these are going to re-roll. All right, so that's all wounds there. So that is how many there? We'll come back to that. All right, so it was 14 wounds. It's AP minus 4. They are in cover, so it's looking for 14 6-up saves. Show me them fill versus. Making 1, 2, 3. So that means that that was 11 wounds that go into there. So that's going to be, what is that, 5 guys dead, and then 1 guy taking a wound. All right, so now Guilliman is going to fire into them over here. So all I got left is the Aggressor and the Inceptor. So he is going to be hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Strength, what is it? Strength 5, toughness 5 now is the average over here. So looking for 4s to wound. getting 1 wound, re-rolling because of himself. Getting another wound, so that's 2 wounds. AP -1, so this is going to be +1 because of cover there. Looking for 3-up saves. Making them both. Woo! All right, so now his Devastator squad's going to fire. He is going to spend a command point on Hellfire rounds to fire with the heavy bolter into these guys over here, and he's going to spend a command point for flak missiles to fire the missile launcher into him, and he's going to give the signum to the guy shooting into my flyer over there. So let's see if he gets those 2 command points back. Does not. It's 5-ups, right? Just like normal? Yeah. So he does not get those command points back. So we're going to go with first with the heavy bolter guy. So he's going to be hitting on a 3. That's a hit. So D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds, and that wipes the squad. And that is first blood. All right, so now the flak missile is going to fire into my Corvus Blackstar. So it's -1 to hit because he's supersonic, but it's +1 to hit because of the +1 to hit because of the stratagem. It gives +1 to his to hit rolls, and then it's plus another 1 because he gave him the signum. So he's going to be hitting on a 2. Nope, but re-rolling 1s because of Guilliman. That is a hit. This is going to be D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound. And he actually had an Armorium Cherub in there, and he's going to pop him, and now he's going to have the flak missile guy shoot into him again, and he gets to use, because of the FAQ is declared that you can get the benefit of the flak missile stratagem here. So we're now going to have another shooting here, hitting on 2 because he still has the signum, still has the stratagem. So that's a hit. D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. All right, and that is it for the Ultramarines turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. My Land Raider moved up over here. My my captain over here, my Primax captain, ran up over this way, advanced over that way, and my Corvus Blackstar flew up the board over this way. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, he is going to fire his Storm Bolter and the Hurricane Bolters into his Hellblasters over here, and the Twin Assault Cannon into his aggressors. He had elected, at the beginning of the shooting phase, Tigurius elected the Hellblaster squad to be -1 to hit. So here we go with the Twin Hurricane Bolters. These are, they're within rapid fire range, so these are going to be 24 shots, hitting on 4s because of the Tigurius being what he did. So hitting on 4s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so my watch captain's within 6 inches over here, so re-rolling the 6 1s that I got on that one. Hitting again on 4s. All right, getting a bunch of other hits. So 5 3s, which came in, so Tigurius saved him 5 extra shots into him. So these are strength 4, toughness 4, looking for 4s to wound. All righty. They're heavy. Nope, that doesn't work for these guys. So that is going to be 4 wounds at AP nothing. So 4 3-ups. Failing 1. And now the Storm Bolter is going to fire into him, hitting on 4s. All right, those 2 3s are not hits. So it's 2 hits, wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound into these guys with the Storm Bolter. So 1 3-up save, he's good. And now the Twin Assault Cannon into his aggressors back over there. So this is going to be 12 shots, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling 1s. So that's 2 2s over there. Alrighty. So these are now going to be wounding on 3s because strength 6, toughness 5. All right, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds, AP -1, so 5 4-ups. Failing 1 of them. All right, so now my Corvus Blackstar is going to fire everything into his Leviathan Dread over there. So the red are going to be the 2 Storm Strike missiles. The greens are going to be the Twin Las Cannon. These are all hitting on 4s because he moved and they are heavy weapons. Okay, getting 1 of each. I'm actually going to spend a command point to re-roll this one. does get a hit, so that is going to be 2 las cannon hits, 1 with the Storm Strike missiles. These are going to be wounding on, the red is actually going to be wounding on 5s because he has, what's it called again? Might of Heroes, so he's +1 toughness, becomes toughness 9. So the las cannons are going to be wounding on 4s, the reds is, the Storm Strike missile is going to be wounding on 5s. Okay, all wounds, pretty good there. These are all AP -3. So it's going to be 4 up invul saves. So 3 4-up invul saves, making them all. All right, that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 1. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Ultramarines here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Ultramarines. His Leviathan Dread moved up towards my Land Raider over here. Tigurius and the Tech Marine following behind him over there. Everything else stood still where it was. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic Phase. All right, so now Tigurius is going to start by putting Might of Heroes again onto his Leviathan there. Does not go off on a 5, but gets to reroll because he's Tigurius. Into a 6. 6 goes off. 6 is good, so he is Might of Heroed. Now he's going to cast Null Zone. Getting it with a 7. Sorry, my bad. He's 8, so he did not get it, but re-rolling because of himself. No, back into a 7, so no Null Zone. All right, starting off the shooting phase. His Leviathan Dread is going to shoot everything into my Land Raider over here. So we're going to go with the Melted Gun first, hitting on a 3. Oh no, hitting on a 2 because it's not that. So that is a hit. Strength 8, looking for a 4 to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so looking for a 6-up save. Show me that fill first. No, with a 5. So D6 wounds. Getting 5 wounds. And now the Storm Cannon into here, hitting on 3s because he moved. Alrighty, so we'll come back to that. All right, so we got 7 hits. These are going to be strength, what is it again? Strength 7, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound, AP -2, right? So looking for a 4-up save. No, goes through, 2 damage. And now the 2 heavy flamers, 2d6 hits, getting 8 hits. And looking for 5s to wound. Getting 2 wounds there. 3-up saves, because AP -1. And I make them both. All right, so now his Hellblasters are going to fire into my Corvus Black Star over here. They are going to supercharge, so we're going to do this one at a time. So the first guy over here, yeah, we'll just go, this is fine. So hitting on a 4 because of -1 to hit because of supersonic. So that's 2 hits. The next guy is dead. Oh, re-rolling because of Guilliman, my bad. Still dead, but he gets 1 hit. Let's see if he can, we'll see if he can shoot again in a second. We'll do the banners at the end. So the next one is a 1 hit, re-rolling, oh, not re-rolling because he can't re-roll because of that. Next guy. Rerolling because of Guilliman, is dead, and then he's got, but he has 1 hit from that one there. All right, next guy, rerolling because of Guilliman, into a miss, but he does get a hit but doesn't die. Sergeant over here, rerolling because of Guilliman, is dead, but he gets 1 hit there. Then we got the next guy. Is 2 hits. No, those were hits. Those were 4s. Oh, and do you want to put it over there because we need to keep track. We're gonna lose that out here. And the next guy here, re-rolling because of Guilliman. All right, into 2 more hits, and the last guy. Both hits there. So that was 3 guys that died. So let's see if those 3 are get to shoot again. On a 3-up because of his thing, so 1 does, so 2 more shots from him. Re-rolling because of, only 1 of those because 1 was a 3, so that was a miss, but 1 of them gets to re-roll into a hit there. All right, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so supercharge here. These are now looking for 4s to wounds because they're strength 7 on supercharge. All right. Re-rolling misses because, not wounds because of Guilliman there. That one's cocked over there. All right, so that is 2 not wounds there. So how many is that? Oh, I get no save because it's AP -4. So that's 10. So 20 wounds. Yeah, he did. Let's see if he explodes. He does not explode. All right, so nobody died over there in the explosion, which is pretty good. So we will keep moving on. All right, so now his aggressors are going to fire. 2 of them are in range of these guys over here, so we're going to start with that. We're going to start with the Bolt Storm Gauntlets, the Auto Bolt Storm Gauntlets. So these are going to be 12 shots each, so 24 shots, hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to that. All right, and re-rolling because of Guilliman. All right. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 4s. Oh, getting out of your hand there. All right, re-rolling the misses. We'll come back to that. All right, re-rolling the not wounds because of Guilliman. All right, we'll come back to you. All right, so it's 13 wounds. I'm actually going to take it on my Terminator first with his 2-up saves. So we're going to go 2 at a time here. So looking for 2-up saves. Failed 1 already. Cool. 1 at a time. He's good. He is good. Dead. All right, so now, so he's dead, and then we've got 8 3-up saves. Huh. Failing 3 of them. All right, so his Devastator Squad is going to fire everything into them except for the Heavy Bolter, who's going to spend his, he's going to spend the command points on Hellfire rounds and fire it into my what's this thing called? Land Raider over here. He's going to use the Hellfire round, and I imagine that's the one you're going to give the Signum to. So we'll do that one first. So hitting on a 2. That is a hit, so D3 mortal wounds. That is 2 mortal wounds. Let's see if he gets his command point back. He does not. All right, so now we got 4 bolt gun shots coming in here. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. No wounds. And then the frag missile, D6 shots, 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s. All right, so that is 4 hits, wounding on 5s. Getting none. Sorry, strength 4, wounding on 4s, so that is 1 wound there. 3-up save. Yep. That is, yep. All right, now Guilliman is going to fire into my Dubros over here. So he's going to have 3 shots. These are going to be hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. So that is 3 hits, strength 5s, strength 6. So these are going to wound on 3s. All right, so getting 1 wound, rerolling because of himself. So that is 2 wounds at AP -1, right? So looking for 4-up saves. And I failed 1 of them. And now the Ancient's going to fire into my squad over here. So it's 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, rerolling because of Guilliman. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, looking for a 4-up. Nope. And 2 of the scouts can see into him, so 2 shots, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, getting 2 wounds. 3-up armor saves. Yeah, he made him! All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Leviathan Dreadnought is going to charge into my Land Raider over here. He is going to fire Overwatch. We're going to start with the twin Hurricane Bolters. That's the word I was looking for. Looking for 6s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hits. These are going to be wounding on 6s. Getting 1 wound, AP nothing, so 2-up save, I'm sure he has. Oh, 3-up save, ha-ha! Yeah, take that wound, ha-ha! All right, now the twin assault cannon is going to be firing into there. So we've got 12 shots hitting on 6s. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 hits there. That's pretty good. Strength 6, so wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, so 1 4-up. Yeah, he's good. And now the Stormbolter is going to fire. 4 shots, hitting on 6s. Getting 1 hit. No wounds. So now his charge distance to get in here is going to get him in. All right, so now his guy is going to attack into me in the fight phase. He's got 4 attacks because of Might of Heroes. So they start with base 4, and they lose an attack for each close combat weapon that you remove because you can replace them there. So he's got, starts with base 4, removed 1 to get that the shooting gun that he's got over there, and that means he's got 3 base, and then +1 because of Might of Heroes here. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. That is all hits. Strength 18. Great gracious, man. Strength 18, so wounding on 2s. Getting all wounds there with 2s. AP minus what? Oh, 1 second. All right, so yeah, it was strength base 8, so +1 because of Mighty Heroes, then 2 times 2 because of the claw makes it strength 18. So it did wound on 2s. So we've got 4 wounds there, AP minus 3, so looking for 5 ups. Making 1 of them, so 3 go through, and it's 9 damage to him, which means he's dead. Let's see if I can do some damage by blowing up in his face. Looking for a 6. No, he does not explode. All right, in the ensuing explosion, 1 dude bro died, and that is where they end up. So that is it for the Ultramarines' turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 2. All right, I'm going to spend 2 command points to keep him alive because otherwise, I mean, I would be trying to roll a 1 for the morale test there. But let's see if I get it back because now my Watchmaster is on the table with his Warlord trait. No, I don't get it back, so I'm down to 3 command points. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch. These guys all moved up towards his Leviathan Dreadnought here. My watch captain over here stood back over here. My deep striking Dreadnought dropped in over here 9 inches away from his Leviathan. And my my other Intercessor squad over here dropped in out of Deep Strike Reserve. So, at the when I dropped these guys, he declared that they were going to be targeted with Auspex scan from these guys. So let's see if he gets those command points back, because he gets to roll for each command point. He gets back 1, so he's down to 7. And now he is going to fire at them, so that's going to be 10 shots from them. They're going to be hitting on 4s because it's -1 to hit because of Auspex scan. All right, not getting to reroll anything there. So we got 5s, which is exactly statistical there. Wounding on 4s, getting 2 wounds, AP -1. So we're going to take them there, looking for 4 ups. Failed 1 of them. All right, so we're going to start off the shooting phase with my Intercessor squad over here. So we're going to start with the Hellblasters are going to fire into the Leviathan Dread. My Inceptor is going to fire his Assault Bolters into the Intercessors over here. My Aggressor is going to fire his everything into the Scout Bikers over here. My Intercessors are going to fire all of their weapons into this squad over here. And then the Reaver is going to fire his Bolt Carbine into this squad into these Intercessors over here. They are going to be using the Special Issue Ammunition. They're going to be using the Hellfire rounds, so 2+. They're going to be wounded on 2+, which should be pretty good. But we're going to start with the Hellblasters, who are going to fire into his Leviathan Dread there. So I've got 4 shots here. Hitting on 4s because he's -1. I'm not going to supercharge because Tigerius selected him for the -1 to hit. So hitting on 4s, getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5. Nope, no wound there. All right, so now my Inceptor is going to fire into his Intercessors over here. So this is going to be 12 shots from his Assault Bolters, hitting on 3s. All righty. These are now wounding on 3s. All right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds at AP -1, +1 because they're in cover. So 6 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. 1 guy did. Now my Intercessors are going to fire into the Scout Bikers over there. 2 guys are in rapid fire range, so we're going to have a total of 7 shots here. Hitting on 3s. Alrighty, pretty good. They're using the Special Issue Ammunition, so these are going to be wounding on 2s. Alright, so that is 4 wounds at AP -1, so 4 5-up saves. Making 2 of them. 1 is dead. Reaver's firing into the Intercessors over here with his Bolt Carbines, Special Issue Ammunition, hitting on 3s. Okay, 1 hit, wounding on a 2. That is a wound. Regular 2-up save. He's good. And now the Aggressor is going to fire into them. He's going to have his 6 shots, hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 5s, because tough 5, getting 1 wound. That is not a save because of they are scouts. And D6 shots from the grenade launcher, so 6 shots, pretty good. Hitting on 3s. All right, wounding on 5s, getting 2 wounds, 2 4-up saves. Fails one of them, so that's another guy dead. All right, so now my Watchmaster is going to fire into his Leviathan Dreadnought over here. I'm going to spend a command point on Tempest Shells. Let's see if I get the command point back. I do. So what it is I can fire one shot with a weapon that would usually shoot special issue ammunition. And what it does is I have the one roll. If it hits, I do D3 mortal wounds. So he is going to be hitting on a 3 because he's -1 to hit. Rerolling 1s because of himself. Into a 3, so D3 mortal wounds. 3 mortal wounds with that fill face. So my opponent is going to spend 2 command points, or 1 command point on Armor of Contempt for him. So let's see if you get your command point back. He does, in fact, get it back. So what he does now is he rolls a D6 for every mortal wound that he takes. On a 5-up, he ignores it. So ignoring one of them, so he still takes 2 wounds. All right, so now my Sergeant and my Black Shield are going to fire into his Leviathan Dreadnought there. They're going to use the Vengeance rounds here, so making them AP -2. So it's 2 shots because they've both got bolt pistols, hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit. That's 2 hits. Looking for 6s to wound. Getting 1 wound at AP -2, so 4-up invul save. He makes it. All right, so now my Watch Master over here is going to, Watch Captain, sorry, is going to fire his Mastercrafted Auto Bolt Rifle into the Hellblasters over there. So he's going to have 2 shots hitting on 2s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of himself into another 1, so 1 hit. Using the Hellfire Shell, so wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP nothing, so 3-up save. No, failed it, so that is 2 damage. Let's see if he can shoot because of the banner. He does get to shoot, so we'll come back to that. All right, so he's going to fire into my squad over here, so it's 2 shots. Supercharging because there's no reason not to. Hitting on 3s, 1 hit. Rerolling because of Guilliman. So that is still 1 hit. Strength 7, so looking for a 3 to wound. That is a wound. AP -4, so I'm going to take it on the Storm Shield there. 3-up invul save. Forgot to fire my Terminator over here into his Leviathan Dreadnought. So the greens are going to be the Stormbolter. We'll use the same special issue ammunition, so it's going to be -2 AP, and then he's got the melted gun that he's got attached to his fist there. So these are going to be hitting on 4s because he's -1 to hit. All right, re-rolling, not 3s, but re-rolling, no need to re-roll anything else because of the Watchmaster there. So these are now going to be, this is going to be wounding on a 5, these are going to be wounding on a 6. Okay, so, but re-rolling wound rolls of 1 against heavy support. All right, still nothing there. So it's got 1 at AP -4, so 4-up invul save. Yeah, he's good. And now my Dreadnought's going to fire into his Hellblasters over there. The green's going to be the Assault Cannon. Reds are going to be the Stormbolter. Stormbolter's hitting on a 2. Assault Cannon's hitting on a 3. Alrighty. These are now going to be wounding on 3s and wounding on 4s. All right, re-rolling 1s because of the Malleus tactics, because they're a heavy support. Alrighty. Wounding on, what did I say? 3 is on those and 2s, yep. Alright, so now these, that's it. That was it. I did my wounds. So we've got 1, 2, 3 at AP -1 and 2 at regular saves. So red's going to be looking for 3-ups, blues are looking for 4-ups. So 1 takes 1 wound. Alright, so now my frag cannon bro is just in 8 inches of these guys, so he's going to fire his frag cannon. So 2d6 hits, getting 10 hits. We'll come back to that. Alright, so 10 hits, strength 6, wounding on 3s. Alright, rerolling 1s to wound because of Malleus tactics. Alright. So that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds, AP -1, so 6 4-up saves. Failing 3 of them, so 2 guys are going to be dead. Do they get to fire back before being killed? One of them, oh no, both of them will, because he's got the standard of the Emperor Ascendant. So do you want to fire? They're going to fire. One's going to shoot here, and one's going to shoot here. So we'll go with the one over here first. 2 shots, that's 2 hits, strength 7, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound, rerolling because of Guilliman. Into that, so 1 wound there. 3-up invul save. Yeah, he's good. Woo! And now into my frag cannon, bro. That is 1 hit, rerolling because of Guilliman. That is 1 hit still. Looking for a, that is a wound, AP -4. Yeah, he is just dead. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, we're going to start here with my Dreadnought is going to charge into his Leviathan Dreadnought. So we're going to start with his the Storm, what is it called again? Storm Cannon Array. So these are going to be hitting on 6s, getting 2-3 hits. Strength, what is it? Strength 7, so looking for 4s to wound. Toughness 7. So looking for 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. AP -2, so looking for 1 second. Yep, 5-up saves. Making 1, failing 1, so he takes 2 damage. Let's see his charge distance here. Looking for a 9-inch charge. Not making, but I'm going to spend a command point on this one. Still don't make it, but do I get my command point back? I do, okay. All right, so now my veteran squad here is going to charge into his Leviathan Dreadnought. So we're going to do the 2 heavy flamers first. 2d6, getting 4 hits. Strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Getting 1 wound. AP -1. Nope, that is a dead dude, bro. Now comes the Melta. That is a hit, of course it is. That is not a wound, though. He's going to spend his command point to re-roll that. Of course, into a 6, so that is a wound. 3-up, he doesn't get it back, which was important, not really. But I'm going to see if my 3-up Storm Shield save can save me. Yeah, he can! Woo! All right, and here comes the Storm Cannon Array. On 6s. Ooh, no, getting 1. That is not a wound, though. And their charge distance is... Where was 11 inches before when my freaking Venerable Dreadnought was charging in? Oh, dice, you hate me. And now my Watchmaster is going to charge in. And he is in. And then this squad is going to charge into his intercessors over here. So here comes his Overwatch. Hitting on 6s, getting 2 hits. Wounding on 4s, getting 1 wound. That is not a save, so my Reaver is dead. Let me see if their charge distance gets them in. 9 inches. Not getting them in. All right, so into the fight phase here, my Watchmaster is going to spend a command point on Clavis, which allows him to use the stratagem in the fight phase. Select an enemy vehicle within 1 inch of a Watchmaster, and I get to roll a d6 on a 2+. The vehicle suffers d3 mortal wounds. So first, let's see if he does looking for a 2+. Yep, just getting it. So he's going to spend so d3 mortal wounds. Doing 1 mortal wound. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that. Doing 2 mortal wounds. Let me see if I get command points for both of those back. I don't get either of those back, so I'm down to 1 command point. And then my opponent's going to spend a command point on Armor of Contempt. So let's see if he gets that back. He does not, but he gets to roll looking for 6 or 5, so he gets 1 of them back, so he takes 1 mortal wound. All right, so we're going to start off the fight phase with my veteran squad here. We're going to fire in. We're going to go with the heavy thunderhammers first. We got 4 attacks between the 2 of them there. Hitting on 4s. Not getting to reroll 3s, so it's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s because he's toughness 9. So getting 1 wound, rerolling 1 wounds rolls of 1 because of the Malleus tactics. Nope, so it's still just the 1 wound that goes through. AP -3, so 4-up invul save. He is good. And now my Thunderhammer is going to attack in. Rerolling 1 because of the Watchmaster there, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Not getting anything. Terminator's going to punch him with his Power Fist. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. That is 1 save. My Sergeant's going to attack into him. So 3 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of 4s. No, 3s. Rerolling because of the Watchmaster there. So getting 2 hits. Looking for 6s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the tactic. No, nothing there. And now the Watch Captain is going to attack in. He's got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. All right, that's all hits. Wounding on 5s. Get rerolling ones because of the tactic. So that is 1 wound at AP -3. That's good. And now he is going to attack into the squad. So we've got 4 attacks here. These are going to be hitting on 2s. All hits there. These are wounding on 2s. Rerolling because of it being infantry. So that is 4 wounds there. AP -3. So we're going to start with the Storm Shield there, looking for a 3-up. Nope. And now we're going to go on to my Terminator over there. Looking for a 5-up. Nope, he is also dead. And then we've got 2 that are AP -3, so looking for 6-ups. Getting neither of those. So 4 guys are dead. All right, and that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 2. So I've got 1 morale test to take over here. So they lost 5 guys this turn. 5 plus 2 is 7. He is good to go. So that is it. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Ultramarines here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Ultramarines here. His Leviathan stayed in combat over there. Ultramarine, the Tech Marine moved up over here. So did Tigurius. So did Guilliman. His Hellblasters over here are moving up. The reason the Hellblasters didn't have to take a leadership test is because they were by Guilliman, automatically passed their test. Is it the Banner that automatically passed? Oh, the Banner automatically passed the test, which is pretty good. And then the Apothecary moved up over as well. The Aggressors moved up. The Bikers moved up over here. Those Intercessors stood still. The Intercessors back there stood still. So did his Devastator squad. And the Scouts here advanced towards the objective over here. So that is it for the movement phase. At the end of the movement phase, he's going to roll to see if he can bring back a Hellblaster. He does not. And then he's going to try to heal him, or he's just going to heal him D3 wounds, healing him 1. Starting off the Psychic Phase here, he is going to cast Might of Heroes onto his Leviathan Dread. Not going off on a 5, but re-rolling because of Tigurius. On a 6, it does go off. And then Null Zone does go off with an 11 killer. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, his scout bikers here are going to fire into my Intercessor squad over here. So the red dice are going to be the 1 combat shotgun that is within half range, which gives them +1 strength, so it's going to be strength 5. The white and the black are the other 2 shotguns they're going to fire. The blues are all of the bolter shots, so the 4 twin bolters plus the storm bolter from the sergeant over here. These are all going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all hitting on 3s. All right, we'll come back to you with that. All right, so the red is going to be wounding on a 3. Everything else is wounding on a 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so it's 13 wounds, 13 3-up saves. Failing 1, 2, 2. So just 1 dead guy. I'll take that. And now his aggressors are going to fire into my intercessors over here. So he's got 18 shots here, hitting on 3s. All right, and we're re-rolling everything because of being within 6 inches of Guilliman over there. So these are going to be looking for 3s again. Over here. All right, so 2 misses. These are now strength 4, so wounding on 4s. Rerolling everything again because of Guilliman. All right, so that is going to be all but 1 wound there. So that is going to be 15 wounds. So getting that together. 13, 14, 15. All right, so 15 3-up saves. Failing 2, 4 there. So that's 2 guys dead. And then the frag storm, so 3d6, getting 11 shots from that. 11 shots hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Guilliman. Wow, good thing there too. Okay, all but 1 hit, so 10 hits. These are going to be wounding on 4s. And re-rolling because of Guilliman. Wow, again, good thing because of that. And then doing really well with that, so that's going to be a total of 6 wounds there. 6 3-up saves. Failing 2 of them, another dead guy. All right, so now the intercessors are going to fire into here. So we've got 8 shots hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s, right? Or no, not rerolling anything there. So these are now going to be wounding on 4s. So that's 3 wounds at AP -1. So 3 4-ups. Failing one of them. All right, so now his Devastator squad is going to fire into my Dreadnought over here. So he's going to fire the Hellfire round. So let's see if he gets the command point back. He does not. So now he's going to have Hellfire round and the Crack Missile going into him here. So the red's going to be the Hellfire round because it's red and it looks like fire. So he's going to be hitting on 2s because it's Signum. All right, so 1 hit with the Hellfire round, D3 wounds. A D3 mortal wounds, 1 mortal wound. All right, Hellblasters here are now going to fire into my Dreadnought here. So that's going to be, they are going to supercharge, so we're going to do this one at a time. First guy gets to re-roll. All right, so that is 2 hits. Second guy, 2 hits. Third guy, re-roll. 2 hits. The fourth guy, re-roll. 2 hits, so 8 hits, pretty gross. Strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. Re-rolling because of Guilliman. So that is going to be 2, 4, 6 wounds at AP -4. So that's going to be just 4 are just going to go straight. Just going to go straight through 2 damage each. So that's going to be 12 damage. 1 second. All right, so he's venerable, so he gets to shrug off wounds on a 6 up. I forgot it before, and if you forget your rules, it's got to hurt to remember it next time. So I don't get to go for those other ones. But here we go. 12 wounds that came from those 6 wounds. 12 damage that came from those 6 wounds. On 6 ups, I ignore them. I ignore 0 of them. So I take all 12. He is dead. Not within range to blow up anybody. Just dead. All right, starting off the shooting phase. The assault phase, his scout bikers are going to charge into my intercessors over here. So I'm going to start with my Inceptor, who's going to fire, hitting on 6s. Getting 0 hits. Then we're going to go with the aggressor there. 6 shots. Getting 3 hits, which is pretty good. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. No save there, so he takes a wound. And then D6 shots. 5 shots from the grenade launcher. On 6s, no, nothing there. We then have the 1 Intercessor Sergeant over there. Going to be using special issue ammunition. Going to use the wounding on 2s. So hitting on 6s, nope, nothing there. And then the 4 Hellblasters are going to fire, not going to supercharge. On 6s, no, nothing there. So their charge distance is totally, probably in. He's going to spend a command point to reroll that 1. Yeah, then now he's totally in. And of course he gets it back. All right, Tigurius is now going to charge into my Watch Captain. He is way in. Tech Marine's going to go into my 1 dude over there. He is in. And now G-Man is charging into my 1 veteran over there, and he is in. All right, so we're going to start off the fight phase with the bikers here are going to attack into my intercessors. So we've got 2 attacks each, because they all have combat knives. So 2 attacks each from the regular guys, 3 attacks from the sergeant. So it's going to be 9 attacks coming in here. Hitting on 3s. All right, pretty good there. 6 hits. Actually, exactly statistical. Wounding on, whatchamacallits? Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds, 2 3-up saves, failed 1. All right, now Guilliman is going to attack into my veteran down there. He's got a bunch of attacks, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s because of himself. All right, missing 1. That's right, you missed it. Wounding on 2s. Yeah, he did. Ooh, re-rolling 1s. Yeah, he did.
This guy can't go.
All right, so Tigurius is going to attack into my Watchmaster over here. So he's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of G-Man over there. All right, so that is 3 hits. Strength plus what? Strength plus, so strength plus 3? Oh, snap. So it's going to be strength 7. These are going to be wounding on 3s. So that is 3 wounds. AP -3. He doesn't get any invul save because of null zone. So he's going to have 3 5-up saves. Making none of them. I'm going to spend his Warlord trait reroll. Yep, of course I am. So 3d3 damage. 3, 6, 7, 8. He is dead. And that is Slay the Warlord. All right, so now this squad here is going to attack back into the bikes. We're going to start with the 2 Hellblasters and the Inceptor. So they've got 6 attacks between them there. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. Wounding on 5s. Getting 2 wounds, AP nothing. 2 4-ups. Ooh, 2 wounds off. And now my aggressor is going to attack back. 2 attacks, hitting on 4s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 2. No, wounding on a 3. Yeah, that's a wound. AP -3, so it is just going to kill that one guy with 1 wound left. Alright, so at the end of the turn here for the Ultramarines on turn 3, my guys over here have to take a leadership test. They lost 5 guys, 5 plus. 5 would be running away, but I get to roll again because then they show no rules. Into a 2, and they're good to go. I'll take that. So that is it for the Ultramarines turn here on turn 3. We will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 3. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here. My watch captain moved up over here. My dude bros over here fell back out of combat over here, and that is it for the movement phase. So we'll come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, starting off the shooting phase. Because they have an Inceptor in their squad here, they actually get to fire after falling back. So we're going to start with my Hellblasters firing into the aggressors, and then the other 2 guys are going to fire into his bikes over here. So we're going to start with the aggressors, with the Hellblasters. They are going to supercharge, and they're going to fire into those guys. We're going to start with the first one, hitting on 3s. Okay, I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that. That's a hit. Do I get it back? I don't. So that's I'm out of command points, but that's 2 hits. The next guy is going to kill himself, but get a hit. So that's 3 hits. Wounding on Strength 8, Toughness 5, so looking for 3s to wound. What? Oh, boy. All right, starting with the Inceptor into the bikes here. We're going to have 6 shots, hitting on 3s. Alrighty, 4 hits. Strength 5, looking for 4s to wound. Getting, wow, 1 wound. AP -1, so 5-up save. No, so that is a wound on the biker. And now the aggressor is going to fire. Okie dokie, 2 hits. No wounds. D6 grenade shots. Hitting 5 shots. Hitting on 3s. Okay. Wounding on 5s. Yay, 1 hit, 1 wound. All right, 4-up. Oh, he's good. And now my captain's going to fire into Tigerius over here. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits. Wounding on 2s with special issue ammunition. That is 2 wounds. AP nothing, so 2 3-ups. Fails 1, takes 2 wounds. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. And the assault phase, my watch captain is going to charge into him over here. So Overwatch is not a hit, so he gets to reroll because of Guilliman. And now his charge distance is not going to get him in. So that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 3. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Ultramarines on turn 4. All right, movement phase for the Ultramarines. All 3 of these guys moved up towards my watchmaster over here, watch captain over here. His biker stood still, intercessor stood still, aggressor stood still, hellblaster stood still, and these guys advanced up onto, or just moved up onto the objective over here. And anybody else moved or no? Nope, that is it. So we're gonna see if he can bring back a hellblaster. He does bring back a hellblaster over here on 1 wound left. And then he is out of range to heal up his Leviathan Dreadnought, though. So that is going to be it for the Ultramarines movement phase. We'll come back to you with the Psychic Phase. All right, starting with the Psychic Phase, Tigerius is going to give himself Might of Heroes. Goes off on an 8, and then he is going to cast Null Zone. Does not go off, but gets to reroll because of himself. No, does not go off. All right, starting off the shooting phase now. His Hellblasters are going to fire into my dude bros over here. Would you like to, are you going to supercharge? He is going to supercharge, so he's got 5 guys now over there. So they're going to go hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits. 3s. Not getting to reroll. 3s. Miss, but not get 1 hit. 3s. Ooh, 1 is going to be dead, and then 1 hit there, and then one last guy is 2 more hits. Let's see if the other guy gets to shoot again. That does get to shoot again, and he will fire. Not hitting. So we've got a total of, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Strength 7, toughness 5. So looking for because here is an interesting thing about mixed squads. You take the majority toughness. So 2 of my guys have Gravis armor there, making them tough 5, and the 1 guy there has the regular tough 4. So they are tough 5, but it doesn't make a difference. They're wounding on 3s regardless. So getting 1, 2 wounds. AP -4, so that's just going to go straight through and kill 2 of my guys. Now the intercessors are going to fire into my Inceptor, who's the last guy left in that squad. So these are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Strength 4, wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, so looking for a 4-up. Nope. Now the bikers are going to fire into him. So we've got the 2, all the blues are going to be the twin assault, bolt guns and the storm bolter, and the red is going to be the shotgun. These are going to be hitting on 3s. Alrighty. These are now going to be wounding on 4s and 3. 5s and 4. Oh, toughness 5. Yeah, 5s and 4. I'm sorry. 5s and 4. Thank you. Over here, trying to give you kills over here. So that's still going to be a bunch of wounds from those. That's pretty good. So that's 6 wounds, right? No, 5s and 4, right? 5s. So that's going to be that's 4 is it's 4 on the red. So that's going to be 3 6 wounds there. Still pretty good. 6. 3-up saves. Failing 2 of them, so he is definitely dead. All right, so now the Leviathan is going to shoot into my watch captain over here. So we're going to start with the Meltagun hitting on a 2. That is a hit. Wounding on a 2. So that is a wound. 4-up Iron Halo save. Oh, he makes it! Woo! And now we've got the storm cannon array. I was close enough. Whatever. The storm cannon array into my watch captain, hitting on 3s because he moved. All right, getting to reroll 1. Yep, 1s, not 2s. So those are all 1s. These are now these are all hits. So these are strength 7. So looking for 3s to wound. Alrighty, rerolling because of Guilliman. Alrighty, so that is going to be 5 wounds there. These are AP minus what? AP -2, so 5 4-up invul saves. Failing 3 of them, 2 damage each, right? Yeah, he did. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how this game ends, with a Ultramarines victory over the Deathwatch. So yeah, that was brutal. My opponent said he was wanted to run in with his tournament list. This is the list he's thinking about bringing to tournaments. So so if you run into Greg now, you know what you're going to be facing, so you can tailor your list all you want. So this is the list he's going to be taking to tournaments, and it's brutal, man. It is really, really good. Just managed to like really beat the snot out of my guys. Really hard. It was really awesome to see all of that going on. I'm liking the Deathwatch Codex, looking through it. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. There was a lot of things I could do against him that, I mean, previous to the Codex, there's like nothing that you could really do against anything that wasn't Xenos. Like none of our stratagems from chapter approved work. So this was fun to see all of that happen and actually being able to use some different stuff. There's some really cool combinations I think are going to work. I was really trying out the Teleportarium. I'm not sure how much I need to rely on that in the future. I think having those guys on the ground and being able to fire in response that first turn might be better than having them able to deep strike in, especially when it's easy enough to just like hold back some scouts and keep me from being able to get to where I need to. It just makes more sense, I think. So yeah, so that's this is actually my first ride out with the Deathwatch. So I think there's a lot to work with. I'm pretty excited. I think this is going to be good, and we'll see what happens. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil the Glacial Geek as always. My opponent's been Greg, and until next time, have fun.